Grew up watching Liverpool, but mostly because Liverpool had the crazy South African goalkeeper who I admire. His name,
Robert.
Sorry.
He's not South African.
This
Garth, he's from Zimbabwe.
Yeah. Zimbabwe. Look at this. So now you've
Well,
exposed my ignorance as well.
Zimbabwe,
All right, good. Well, that was with the TV with the tinfoil rabbit ears and stuff like that in the basement, black and white. That's where you get Liverpool games on for whatever reason. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Yeah? Anybody in from out of town?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah? All right. Well, welcome to Seattle. The weather's like this every day.
No.
Yeah. Stay another week. Promise it'll never rain. We are delighted to be hosting. It is a really cool event, not just for the Sounders, but for the city of Seattle. I don't know if the mayor said this or not when she was here, but was with her this morning for a flag raising, and really grateful to her office for their support of our team. And they are going to bring the decibel meter that is used at Seahawks games, and we're going to see if we can outdo an NFL game here with our 69,000 for MLS Cup final. So it should be pretty raucous. It should be a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to it.
Garth, this is a third final, obviously, in 4 years between these two teams who have had phenomenal success. How do you describe sort of the impact they've had in the league, how they've helped the evolution of the league?
Look, I think both teams have had a lot of stability in terms of ownership, in terms of management, in terms of the players on the field. TFC has been, big basically since Tim Lewicki went there, and they radically increased their spending. They've been, not coincidentally, they've been very good since then as well. But some of you guys may know Bill Manning, my old boss at Salt Lake, runs TFC, and Ali Curtis and I both went to Duke, and Greg Vanny ran the academy at RSL when we were there, so there's a ton of connections between the clubs. So I think a lot of us have a similar philosophy, a way of looking at the game, a way of looking at the league, and I think not surprisingly we wound up at not dissimilar outcomes in terms of how we built teams, and lots of veteran guys who have done there and won big games, and I think that's why we're both back here again.
How proud are you to be living that with Brian Schmetzer, who's from Seattle, and to live here in Seattle, and with Jordan Morris as well?
Yeah, look, there's nobody I could be happier for than Brian Schmetzer. I mean, when he talk about a local boy made good, and especially for those of you guys who haven't spent a lot of time in Seattle, I mean, the city is really pretty radically transformed, even just within the last 10 years, with some of the tech stuff coming up this way, and it was reasonably isolated for a pretty good period of time, and so there's a ton of civic pride, like maybe even more than leaks through now, and for those guys who were here at the beginning and were part of the the NASL Sounders and the USL Sounders and then the MLS Sounders and now the big time MLS Sounders, and so those guys have earned it. Adrian Hanauer's earned it. He's been the owner for a good stretch of that way, and those guys, for them to have this in their hometown, I think is absolutely amazing. And like you say, when you talk to Jordan, just that little glimmer in his eye, that little just sense of just joy, like that I get to be here and I get a chance to win a title on my home field, like that I grew up wanting to play for, like wanting to play on. I think it's a pretty neat moment for them.